2025 was a very interesting year for card collecting. There was a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of cool sets, and the reintroduction of Mega Evolution. So in today's video, I thought I would share with you guys my personal top 10 cards of 2025. So from sets ranging from, I believe, Prismatic all the way to Phantasmal Flames. Now, this was a very hard list to make, not only with the reintroduction of Mega Evolution, but with so many cool sets like my personal favorite, Destined Rivals, having so many amazing cards. I tried not to get all of the cards from there. It was hard, I was tempted. But there is criteria to my top 10 cards in this list today. Don't get it confused, this is not top 10 rarest cards or most expensive cards. These are cards that I just thought were really cool and I really wanted them, and this is my own opinion, my own top 10, not influenced by price, popularity, rarity, but naturally some of those cards are going to fall into those categories of rare, expensive, popular. So just want to put that out there. I went through this list several times, removed some, added some, but if your card isn't on here doesn't mean it's trash or anything. It just means it didn't make the cut for me personally, but that doesn't mean that I did not like it. Now that we've established my criteria for my top 10, let's get on with the list. Starting off with number 10. So we are starting off with Noibat from Journey Together. I love this card. It's so adorable. Noibat is one of my favorite Pokemon, and it just looks so cute. I can't tell if he's like sleeping or just enjoying eating those berries, but it's so cool to have this setting of like a crystal cave with a nice flowing river, and you can kind of see little Noibats in the background. I'm pretty sure this is that one cave that you go through in X and Y. I don't know. Super adorable card, and what I really like is super affordable. This card ranges from like $3 to $5. That's not too bad. Not a bad Pokemon to start off my list with. So let's go on to number 9. Kicking off number 9 is one of my absolute favorite Pokemon of Generation 5. Absolutely robbed of the title, pseudo-legendary. I thought it was a pseudo-legendary for the longest time, but a Pokemon that deserves a full art and is super underrated when it comes to making Pokemon cards, I guess, is none other than Haxorus. We get this beautiful card from Black Bolt, not White Flare. I'm pretty sure it's Black Bolt, and I think it ranges somewhere between $40 and $50. Again, I'll put the right price on the screen just for accuracy, or at least the price at the time of my editing of the video. But I love Unova, and Haxorus is absolutely super underrated, does not have enough full art cards, and needs more. I hope this is just the beginning for Haxorus. I love the setting of this Pokemon card too. He's like in a railroad yard, looks a little abandoned, kind of maybe about to start a fight. I don't know, it looks so dope. It'd be cool to get one along like Iris in a fight, kind of like Cynthia's Garchomp. That would be really cool. That would be so dope. I'm manifesting something like that along those lines. But yeah, Haxorus, super cool card, super underrated in my opinion. Let's move on to number 8. Coming in at number 8 is everyone's little feline friend, Meowth from Phantasmal Flames. I love this card. I originally saw this card in, I think, the Korean form, and I just had to have it. I bought it. I think it was like $30 at the time. Now it's like in English, now it's like $14 around there, but I don't care. Justified. I love this card. It's so beautiful. It's Meowth in Kanto. Somebody figure out exactly where in Kanto. I think it's, I'm probably gonna get the name of the city wrong. I think it's Cerulean City that he's in. I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen what I'm referencing, but super cute card. I love Meowth. It was between this one and the Team Rocket Meowth with Giovanni, but I really like this one more. Just like the casualness of it, like kind of if you were in the Pokemon world, this is how you would encounter Meowth, and I love it. It's so adorable. Let me know what you think of this card. I absolutely love it. But let's go on to number 7. Coming in at number 7 is a Dragon-type Pokemon that a lot of us agree is underrated and absolutely was robbed and deserves a Mega Evolution form. That is none other than Flygon from Phantasmal Flames as well. I love me a Pokemon card when the Pokemon is in main focus, but in the background you can see the nature of the Pokemon world. I know it's dropped quite a bit since its release, but I love this card so much. I love the background of it, the fact that you can see little like Trapinch and Lotad, and just like an environment is so cool. It kind of reminds me of the what's it called, the pterodactyl one. I can't remember his name. I'm forgetting the names of Pokemon. Gen 1 pterodactyl looking Pokemon set where he's flying over and there's a bunch of Pokemon. I'll put it up on the screen. I cannot believe I'm forgetting Pokemon's name. But yeah, Flygon deserves a Mega Evolution. Underrated as hell. Beautiful card. Let's go to number 6. Coming in at number 6 is one that completely went under the radar for me. I had no idea this card existed until I decided to look up some cards to make this list. And it's so cool. It's so badass. And that Pokemon at number 6 is Bisharp. Take a look at this card. I mean, can you believe it? Like I just said, I love Pokemon cards that feature a Pokemon in nature. Like, in that universe, a realistic thing that would be happening. And in this case, we have two Bisharp that are fighting off against each other. Then you have all the little Pawniards in the background just watching, like hyping them up. The setting too, it's like dark and stormy. So cool. Something that you'd see in like a National Geographic documentary or something. Love that card. I think it's relatively cheap too. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for this card next time I go to a card show or a trade event. But really cool card. I love it. Completely flew under the radar for me. And trust me, Black Bolt and White Flare had so many cool cards that I wanted to add, but I feel like this one really stood out to me. It was really cool. I just had to put it on this list. Super dope. Let's move on to the next one. Coming in at number 5 is where the Destined Rivals glaze kind of starts. I love this set so much. I'm doing a master set on it. If you haven't seen my other videos, go check those out. Anyways, number 5 is Misty's Lapras. Lapras to me has always been one of my favorite Pokemon, at least Gen 1. Gen 1 water types, design-wise, all awesome. I love it. Lapras, super cool Pokemon. I love the lore. I love that it's like a boat fairy type situation. It's so cool. I love it. I love the design. I mean, it's the Loch Ness Monster kind of, a sea unicorn. Me personally, I prefer this one over the Misty Psyduck. I love Psyduck. I love it so much. As a matter of fact, I love the common card for Psyduck more, but the Lapras to me just seemed more tranquil, more, I don't know. I believe it's like about $15 to $20-ish. That's not the worst, you know, under 50 for a nice card like this. Hey, not too bad. But thankfully, I already own it. I think I own 2, but super cool. And I tried to not put every single Destined Rivals card, but this was one of my favorites for sure. Let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4 is a Pokemon that's in a certain set that I was so incredibly hyped for. I was just so excited for it because Mega Evolution is one of my favorite things in all of Pokemon. And in the base Mega Evolution set, we have Mega Venusaur. Now at first glance, this card, you look at it and you're like, oh, it's cool, but what the hell is going on in this card? And it's Mega Venusaur in like this really cool art style of like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so vibrant, so nice to look at. And the really cool thing about this card is that if you have the Ivysaur and the Bulbasaur and you put them together, you get this really cool panoramic thing. It's so awesome. I really liked it a lot. I think I even liked it more than like most of the cards in the Mega Evolution base set. I always really like it when Pokemon cards do this as well. So if there's a Pokemon card that has Pokemon in nature, Pokemon with its trainer, and this, like, you can put multiple together for a panoramic view, absolute cinema. 10 out of 10. I love it. I love when Pokemon cards do this. This is so cool. I think we need to have more of this. Like, I want to see one for Squirtle, the whole Squirtle line and the whole Charmander line. And not just them, like all the starters. Would be so cool to get a card like this. Cards like this. Now the Venusaur itself, I do believe it is a little pricey. It is one of the chase cards. I think it's like $100, maybe 120, which is a little bit, that's gonna run you a couple doubloons, but it is really cool if you can put all 3 together. Super cool card. I love Mega Evolution. I'm all for it. I'm so glad it's back. Let me know what you think of this one. Let's move on to the next one. Now we're in the top 3. And the top 3 for me was an obvious choice. For me, at least. So coming in at number 3, we have one of the coolest cards that I've ever seen in my entire time collecting Pokemon since I was a little kid. This card is absolutely insane, and I hope to see similar cards like this in the future. That is none other than Cynthia's Garchomp. This is absolutely one of the coolest cards I've ever seen, and it checks off one of my favorite things in card art, and that is a Pokemon trainer alongside its well-known Pokemon, and that in this case Cynthia and her Garchomp. And it looks like they're fighting in an arena, some type of Elite Four battle, maybe even, I don't know. It'd be so cool to see this with Steven and his Metagross, or Red and his Charizard, the Mega Charizard maybe, May and Blaziken, or I don't even know who else. There's so many cool ones. Elisa and maybe Emolga would be kind of cute. I don't know. We need to see more trainers like this and their ace Pokemon. One of my favorites. Easily in the top 3 for me. But let's move on to number 2. And coming in at number 2, we have another Destined Rivals card, and you can probably already guess what it is. And this card, I genuinely thought I was never going to see this card in my life. Ever. Team Rocket's Mewtwo featuring Giovanni and Mewtwo in some totally villain-esque alleyway. Super awesome card. I'm a big fan of Mewtwo and Team Rocket. And just like the Cynthia card, this checks off another thing for me. The trainer and its Pokemon. Although you could very obviously argue that Giovanni isn't Mewtwo's trainer. I think more of creator. I don't know. I think it's just such an amazing Pokemon card, and I feel like a lot of you would agree with me in saying that this is easily a top 5 at the very least. And I am so incredibly happy to say that I own one personally. Now, before we move on to number 1, we have 2 honorable mentions. I wanted to put a few more, but I just didn't want to drag out honorable mentions. So, honorable mention number 1 is none other than Prismatic Evolution's Sylveon. Kind of a hot take, but I think that the Umbreon is overrated as hell. I don't think it looks that good compared to the Sylveon. I mean, these cards all kind of look the same in Prismatic, and it definitely helps that it's 2 times cheaper than the Umbreon. I think it's $300 around there. I say that like it's nothing, but it is a lot. On to the second honorable mention, which is Mega Lucario from base set Mega Evolution. I love this card. I love Lucario. That should be no secret to anybody. He's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. But something about this card, I'm not sure. I don't know what it was. I didn't like it that much. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I want to own it one day. It checks out everything that I said before. It has Lumiose City, Mega Evolution Pokemon fighting, other Pokemon in the background. Such an amazing one. But something about this card just didn't scream number 1 or 2 or 3. Now on to number 1. My pick for the number 1 card of 2025 is Pokemon's Star Child. Should come to no surprise, but Phantasmal Flames had an absolutely amazing Mega Charizard X. One of the coolest cards I've ever seen. I'm not a Charizard glazer. I don't fall for the propaganda for Charizard, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. And this card is so amazing. I hope to get it. It's on my wish list for cards that I want to own, but I think it's $600, $700, something like that. It definitely makes sense why it's super expensive, not just because it's Charizard or Mega Evolution, but the whole art of it is so chef's kiss. I feel like I don't have to say much, just look at this card. So amazing. It's got the Charizard evolution line and the Mega form. It just looks so awesome, so dope. I think it clearly deserves number 1. And that's coming from somebody who does not glaze the hell out of Charizard. Well, that's going to do it for my top 10 cards of 2025. Like I said again, there were so many other cards that I wanted to add to this list, but I had to hold back and really just put the ones that I kept thinking about. But I hope you enjoyed, and let me know what your top 10 are, or at least your top 3. I'm curious to know what other people think are some of the best cards of 2025. And thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing and leaving a like, as it does help a lot. And in conclusion, treat others how you would want to be treated. It is kind of a scary world we're living in. The least we could do is be nice to one another. I believe there should be zero tolerance for any kind of hate, discrimination, or bullying in any community, especially the Pokemon community. And secondly, make sure your mental health is in check. make sure that you're doing good. Take breaks from the hobby, take breaks from anything that is causing you stress, and remember to try and enjoy yourself, especially when it comes to Pokemon cards, because it is kind of like gambling, so beware. And lastly, stay hydrated and bulk scalpers.